Shalom. How do you know somebody's in Israel? Because their Doritos are in Hebrew.
Yeah, Doritos.
And their Coke Zero is in Hebrew.
We had today in scholarly Hebrew the word text.
Yes, it is the word.
Tav, Kof,
All right.
Samech, Tet.
And how do you say context?
Probably the same thing except tone.
No, context is eksher. Eksher.
Oh, okay.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, our two viewers, Colton and I'm going to guess that it's Muriel. I'm going to guess, but I don't know. Welcome. We are Exercise 8 of Weingreen, and we will be starting in just a second. We came into the room about a minute and a half early, and yeah, I ate a few Doritos before we got started. And Jonathan, what did you have to eat during your break? Let me swallow first.
A fish sandwich.
Not my cup of tea.
Not mine either.
All right. Okie doke. We are in exercise 8. Do you know what the grammar was that was covered in this one? In Weingreen? You know?
Looks like pronouns, but I didn't bring my book with me.
Let's see where I have Weingreen here so I can look it up. Where did I put it? Sauki, or CO, Weingreen. There it is. Okay. All right. There's my key that I'm working on. Let's take a look at the PDF and see. Exercise 8. Okay. Doesn't he say where the exercises are in here? He sure doesn't, does it? There's 6. There's 8. Okay, so let's go back and see what the grammar is. Personal pronouns. You called it. The regular verb in kal, or in the katal. Shamar, mashal. Okay. More nouns in the absolute and construct state. And then exercise 8. Brilliant. Easy stuff. Easy for us. Let's hope that it's not too difficult for everybody else. Chicken and salad tonight for Colton. I am eating Doritos because I had dinner at work. Oh my goodness. It's 1:30 in the morning, and I did not take my diabetes medicine, so I need to do that. I was supposed to do it with dinner, and I forgot. So let you start, and I will throw it up on the screen, take myself off stage, and take my medication real quick.
All right. So we have first, Ata hu ha-Elohim va'anachnu amcha b'nei britecha. Britecha. All right, so you, and we would say that the pronoun who is functioning as the verb. I call it a pronominal copula. So you are God. We can just say Ha Elohim. We don't need to say the God. And we are your people, the members of your covenant, or sons of your covenant. Right? So, Ata, you, who is our God, and va'anachnu, and we, amcha, am with an attached pronoun, so your people, the sons of your covenant, Brit, plus the second masculine singular pronoun, Britecha. I was thinking Bri for a minute. I was like, what? So yeah, pretty straightforward. Is Jason back?
Yes. What if we said instead of B'nai Britecha as sons of your covenant or members of your covenant, what if we said your covenant children? Your covenant children. I don't know. That seems like a modern way to say things, but it sounds not bad.
Maybe.
That is my insulin that I've taken. I didn't want to inject myself in front of you all.
Good, Jason. I don't want you to die. That would be a plus.
Yeah.
Or get sick.
I wouldn't die for missing an injection of insulin. But all right, wonderful. B'nai Britcha.
Nobody hears.
Is.
Wait, hold on a minute. Nobody hears an echo, do they? Because I've got no headphones on, and I want to make sure that my sound isn't giving any feedback or anything. That's fine?
Nope. Sounds fine to me.
Okay, cool.
Metformin.
Yeah, Colton says he'd probably get in trouble with YouTube if you injected something. That's probably true.
Well, I'm diabetic, just so they know. Great. Okay, number 2 says Moshe, not Moshe, but Moshe, that's Moshe Rabbeinu. Moses, our teacher, our master. Moshe shalach meraglim el eretz Kna'an. Okay, meraglim, that's a nice word, meraglim. והאנשים היו אנשי שם, ראשי בני ישראל. Okay, so Moses, that's Moshe, oops, type in English. Moses sent spies, meraglim, spies, into or unto, to, let's say into, the land of Canaan. And the men, that is the people that he sent, the spies, were men of name. What's men of name? Men of reputation. That is, men who had a good name. Okay? Heads of the Israelites. That is, heads of the children of Israel. Heads could be chiefs. Chiefs, leaders of the Israelites. Brilliant. Are you on mute? You are on mute. Why are you on mute?
So I don't talk too much.
Oh.
That's why. So is Meraglim like footmen? Foot people? Spies?
It's from regel, foot,
yeah.
But it's a spy.
Yeah, okay, cool.
L'ragel is to spy out.
Mm-hmm. So Ha'adam Amar El Ha'Elohim Shamati et kolcha bagan. Straight out of Genesis, pretty much.
And I did hide myself.
Yes. which is you did. You took yourself off the stage. So the man said to God, Shamati et kolcha bagan. So in the Bible, it's et kolcha shamati bagan. It's fronted, but not here. So I heard your voice in the garden. So, what grammatical features do we have to talk about here? Again, definite article on God. I mean, some people think it's distinguishing one God from another. Some people think it doesn't make any difference, but you can just translate it as God. Ha-Adam, we know that it's not a name because it has the definite article on it. What else? Shamati, a first common singular verb, call from Shin Mem Ayin, trying to make Jason happy. Shamati et kolcha, you got kol plus the second person pronominal suffix. So kolcha bagan, a preposition bet with a patach and a dagesh. So that makes it a preposition plus the definite article in the garden.
And for those who have studied Greek, kol is similar to phone in Greek. Kol in Hebrew, phone in Greek. It means both voice and sound.
Yep.
So it might not be that God was talking and they heard his
might
voice.
Not be your voice, probably your sound. Although he does say ayicha.
Well, what they heard was God walking.
It is.
What it says is they heard the sound of God walking in the garden.
Yeah, but it's weird to say I heard your sound in the garden.
Yeah, but the sound of you.
I've always I've already.
So if shamati is I heard, how do you say you heard? Singular, masculine. Ata.
Shamatcha.
Shamata.
Oh, of course. Gosh darn it.
Ani shamati, ata shamata, at.
Shamata.
At shamat.
Yep.
Hu, shama, he, sham'a, he sham'a, anachnu, shamanu, atem.
Oh, you're going first to third person.
Atem, shmatem, aten, shmaten, v'hem, sham'u. Do we want to build a table to look at how this works in the past tense?
No. We want to do
Well, maybe somebody else wants to.
But there's only one. Oh, there are 5 of us now. Well, welcome to the new
5 of them, 2 of us. There are 7.
Yes,
we are 7.
Yeah. They don't count us.
Anahnu shiv'a. If anybody wants to build a table, just say, and we'll go over the forms, and I'll show you how I think of it, because I think of it in terms of modern Hebrew that Jonathan doesn't approve of.
No, it's not that I don't approve.
We'll go through.
Although my teacher,
but I'll show you how I build a verb table for the past tense.
We used an Aramaic book by what's his face? Oh crap! Oh goodness! Wow. But anyway,
Greenspan.
Yes, thank you. He teaches it first to third person, and it was really throwing me. So my professor was like, "If it's really messing you up, just change it on the test." And I was like, "Okay, good."
Mm-hmm. It shouldn't mess you up because it looks better. It looks better.
To you, to your eyes, not to
mine.
The
organization of it in the table. Okay, let's look at a table real quick. Okay, so how I like to do it, because this is me, I like to tell it to insert table, and because we're doing the past tense, that's what we're going to look at. We're going to look at, we need masculine and feminine, and we need 6 rows. So we need 2 and 6, and we just tell it to fit the contents. Okay. So we get a table like this, kind of silly. First person is what it starts with, and first person has common gender, so we merge. First person plural has common gender, so we merge. Third person in the past tense has common gender, so we merge. Okay, in the future, that's not the case. We could use a table like this to build an entire verb chart for any verb, but we're just going to do the past tense for right now. We're just going to do shama. So shama is the root. We say shamati. Okay, we say shamata. This is on the right side is masculine, the left side is feminine. Shamat, shama, sham'a, shamanu, shma, kem, shma, ken, and then shama'u, which is used for hem and hen. So the table itself visually shows that the first person, shamati, is both for masculine and feminine. That's why it's in the middle. The middle is common gender. And I messed up my Dagesh. Okay, shamati. And the right, as I said, is masculine. Shamata. And when you put it into a table like this, it just looks so much better. Shamat. This is what you learn in this section of the book. So it's good to go over it real quick. Shama.
But he does it in the proper order.
He does it in the old, irrelevant order. Sha with a meteg. Me. Ah. Sham-a. Sham-a. Not. It's marked with meteg because this syllable is open. Sham-a. Shamanu. I'm marking stress with the. Yeah, I learned it that way too, but I hate it. Shma.
What?
Em.
You only hate it because you've been in Israel with a modern language for the past how many years? 20, 19?
17.
17? Yeah.
17 years I've lived in this country.
Yeah,
crazy, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Shmatem and Sham. This is also with meteg. Shameu. Pragmatically, we don't say shameu. We say shamu. Shamu. But still, you need to recognize that that syllable is disconnected. Shameu. Shameu. Shamea. She heard. Because historically it's shama, shama'a, shama'u, and that syllable dropped. So shama'u became shamu. I think that the table is fantastic. If we make it large, hold on, let's see about making it center. How can we center the table? Does that work? Yeah, look at that. And then we can make it big, and then you can really look at it and say, ooh, that's nice. Am I crazy? But to me, so this is first person, second person, third person. The top three rows are singular. First person, second person, third person. The bottom three rows are plural. And it just fits. It's beautiful. It's elegant. That's what I think. Okay.
Much like yourself. Beautiful and elegant.
Yes. Much like my mother. Yeah. Okay, so that's what we've got going on with Shamati in number 3. Adam Amar El Elohim Shamati et kolcha bagan, which could be your voice or your sound. All right. Number 4. Haisha Amra El Meraglei Yisrael. Meraglei Yisrael, Meraglim. Meraglei Yisrael, the spies of Israel. Shamanu, and this is nu, anachnu. We heard. Shamanu et kol asher asa Adonai lemitzrayim. Et kol asher asa Adonai lemitzrayim. We heard everything that God did to Egypt. V'gam yadanu, even though it's the past tense, shamanu yadanu, it's one of these affective verbs, like feelings and thoughts and whatever. And so when it's used in the past, it's normally to be translated in the present. Yadanu, we know. We know ki natan lachem et eretz Canaan. We know that he has given the land of Canaan to you.
Yeah. Find me an example of when it's not present tense in direct speech. Every time I've seen it in direct speech, a verb, it's present tense. Find me an example when it's
I don't
not.
know.
It's almost, it's what I've seen. I'm sure there are examples of when that isn't true, but nothing that I've seen yet. So if it's in direct speech, present tense. The tenses actually flip. I think the future becomes past as well. Or maybe also present tense, actually. But yeah, definitely.
Okay, so good English. The woman said to the spies of Israel, we have heard everything that Yudhevave, everything the Lord did to Egypt.
Your mom
and
is
we
back,
also
Jason.
know. Hello, Mama.
We were just
We
talking
also
about how pretty
know
and elegant
that
you
he gave you the land of Canaan. Yeah. So, great. Fun.
All right. Now, pardon me if I miss a couple of these words because I have not looked at this because I have not had time today. I will try to make time over weekends. So, lakachti etchem mimitzrayim. So I took, and this etchem is the object marker plus the pronominal suffix. So second masculine plural. So I took, I'll say all of you just to carry the plural into English.
I took y'all. Took y'all.
Yeah, okay. Colton in my native tongue. I took y'all mimetraim. This is probably a partitive min, I would say. So I took you all.
It's out of.
Just, right. Out. Yeah. Partitive. Out of Egypt.
Partitive is like
what would you
part
call
of the whole.
Yeah. What would you call
just
that?
a direction out of. It's you were in it and now you're not in it.
Yeah. Well, I took you.
Partitive is like I drank some of the bottle. I left some of the bottle.
Some of the water. Yeah.
No, that's not water. That's Coke.
So I took all of you. I took y'all out of Egypt. For myself, I'll say that. Literally for me, as a people. So this is what my professor calls the laminative product when you make something into something. So these people that he took out become his people, right? God's people. As not
it's very common to use this with life, right?
Yeah, and not just any people, kadosh, a holy people. Volo shamartem, but
shmar, lo shmartem.
Shmar, yeah, I didn't mean to say shamartem. Shmartem, but y'all did not keep. What did you not keep? Et briti. Oh, thank you, Jason, for correcting my southern dialect. Et briti, my covenant. It's brit plus the first masculine singular suffix. Uvukoli, and I would say that this bet is just the object marker. Uvukoli lo shamatem, and you did not listen to my voice.
So if you say in Hebrew, and you did not do this, and you did not do that.
Neither.
In English, you don't say. Yeah, you say, but you didn't do this, nor did you.
Yeah. So neither. You or not or neither nor not or, but I'll keep it literal. You did not listen to my voice. Bait Yaakov. So this since there's no verb here, I would take this as this is direct address. So, oh, house of Jacob. My professor here hates that. He thinks it's archaic and he thinks you should leave it out. But I like it because I'm a traditionalist.
Where did you open the quotation marks that you're now closing?
Yeah. Jason's a stickler for my
Gigantic.
punctuation.
So you don't need quotations there. Any of it. There's no quotes. It's a fresh sentence all on its own.
Yeah, but I
I
think
took you out of Egypt for myself as a holy people, or
God's
basically to be a holy people.
right.
And y'all didn't keep my covenant, nor did you listen to my voice. And the listen to means obey.
Right.
Uvekoli lo shmatem, you did not obey my voice, O house of Jacob. All right. Yeah. Number 6, yadati. Yadati, I know. I know. Yadati. Yadata, you know. Yadata. Yadat, you know, if you're talking to a woman. Ima at yodat. At yadat. Mother, you know. Ima yadat. Yadanu. Yadanu, we know. Okay, so the whole point of this section is to get used to using suffixes both for pronouns
Yeah. Pronouns
and also for the personal endings of verbs. Yadati ki lakha mipri etz agan וכי נתנה לך ואתה אכלת עמה. ידעתי כי לקחה מפרי עץ הגן. I know. In this case, honestly, it's probably the past. He's talking about what happened when he saw her. I knew that she had taken some of the fruit of the garden, of the tree of the garden.
It depends on who's speaking at best, right?
Okay.
If Adam's addressing God, then yeah. But if God's addressing Eve, he could say, "I know that you did this."
It has to be Adam talking.
Right.
I knew that she took, or she had taken, let's see, from the fruit of the tree of the garden. Okay, it's a constructive chain, chaining words together. V'chi, and that. Okay, he's giving more content for the knowing.
So
and
it
that
is God talking.
It's God talking. I knew that she had taken from the fruit of the tree of the garden, and that she gave, this is Eve gave, to you, to Adam.
I love how we're doing exegesis on fake sentences.
She gave to you, and you ate with her.
Yep. Why do I always get Zikne? It seems like every time I get Zikne.
I don't know, but it could sound worse than what you're saying. Because it's close to a dirty word. Zikne sounds like something else. Ima is with her. Ima, with ima with her. Imi with me, or imadi. Imcha with you. Imcha. Yeah, the context of the verse says that she gave to you. So it's someone talking to another person saying you, and that you was the recipient of the fruit. So it had to be Adam receiving and God speaking. Yeah, so context changes things around, moves things around in your interpretation. Zikne.
Yeah, so Zikne ha'am karu. I'll say karu. Jason probably will correct me. Karu el Moshe, because I pronounced the Shava. El Moshe. Zacharnu et halechem asher achalnu b'mitzrayim. So we've got the elders of Israel, a construct phrase, or what do they call it here? And calls it smichut. The smichut phrase. the elders of Israel called out to Moses, Zacharnu. We remembered. Well, I'll say, since this is in dialogue, I'll follow my own hunch. We remember the bread which we ate in Egypt.
And remember is like no, it's something going on inside of your brain.
Yeah.
That's an effective thing.
And so
So you could say ahavti can be I love or I loved. Yadati, I know or I knew.
Yeah, but we're not gonna translate them both as present tense, surely. Because you can't eat something when you're already out of somewhere.
No,
right?
achalnu is definitely past tense. That's not happening inside your head.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just making a statement.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, if it were love, yadati ki ahavta oti, yadati ki ahavta oti, I know that you love me.
Mm-hmm.
Or I knew that you loved me.
Mm-hmm.
Or I know that you loved me. The tenses can really be messed up in the affective verbs, the verbs about what's going on inside of your brain, feelings and thoughts.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Makes sense.
המרגלים אמרו, לקחנו מפרי הארץ, והנה טוב מאוד. So המרגלים is the spies. Meragel, hamraglim. Notice the dagesh is missing from the mem because of the omission of strong dagesh. That's what I believe. That's what Gesenius calls it.
Well,
it's
we call it
skinum levi. Yes, the mem with shva kind of just drops the dagesh sometimes. Just happens. The spies said. Now this is a quotation. We took from the fruit of the land. Or we took some of the fruit. When it says from the fruit, it means some of the fruit. And behold, good very, and behold, it was very good.
Yep.
For behold in the caps because it's funny.
We're already only on lesson 8, and these are full-fledged sentences. Like, these are getting less and less sentences. Simple. Yep. So yadati ki v'cha b'char Adonai lemelech al Yisrael. So this is me, right? Yeah. I know that Bachar. I think this is, wow, unusual construction because you have the direct object marked by a bet and it's coming before the verb, which I don't know if I've ever seen this.
Why not?
That he chose. So he chose you, and who's he?
God.
Adonai chose you as king upon, or I guess you could just say over, that's better. Yep.
You could render this whole choosing as, you could say, like, what is with these question marks? Or these quotation
Somebody's
marks?
talking, so I'm putting it in quotes.
It's always talking. Everything in the Bible is somebody telling a story.
Not the narrator. The narrator's not speaking. I mean,
you should only use the quotation marks when it says "and he said," and then you give the quote. If you don't, there's no sense in putting everything. Okay, so the whole lemelech al Yisrael, I would say that it could be understood. I choose you for this. Okay, I choose you for whatever it is. But semantically, what it's saying is I choose you to be. So I know that God has chosen you to be king over Israel.
Yep.
That's the semantic meaning. That's what's going on with it. All right, number 10. אתה בחרת בנו מכל העמים, ואותנו לקחת לך לעם גדול וקדוש, ואנחנו לא שמרנו את הברית אשר כרתנו עמך על הר האלוהים. Being very intentional, very clear. אתה בחרת בנו. You chose us. You yourself. This is emphatic. You could say בחרת בנו. אתה בחרת בנו. You yourself chose us. It's emphatic. From all the peoples. And us you took. Now the emphasis is on us. And you took us. That's the emphatic part. For yourself to be a great and holy people. Okay, or you took us for, you took us as. That's the whole idea, right? Okay. And we, this is the emphatic. So let's just make that you at the beginning emphatic like that. You chose us from all the peoples, and you took us for yourself to be a great and holy people. This is the emphasis. And we, this is also emphatic, did not keep the covenant, abrit, which we made, nothing emphatic, with you upon the mountain of God. I hope you can see that these pronouns are emphatic because bacharta has enough information in it. Bachar, chose, and ata, you chose. So if you add more to the information that's already there, ata bacharta, that is stressing that extra information. You chose. And this is because the placement, normally lakachta otanu, you took us. When you move it when you front it, move it to the front of the sentence, it places emphasis on it. And us, you took for yourself. And then here, shamarnu, we kept. Shamarnu, shamar is kept, and nu is us. So anachnu is stressed. It's emphatic because it's unnecessary information. It's added. You could say lo shamarnu et habrit. We did not keep the covenant, but adding that anachnu makes it emphatic. This is why I put these words in capital letters to show the emphasis. This is within the Hebrew text. It's not adding anything in the translation. How is that for explication?
Very nice. I think maybe the reason why they're emphasizing is to bring out the contrast that's going to come at the end.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and because you need to get used to feeling that anachnu shamarnu, ata bacharta, ani alachti, like that connection between the endings and those pronouns that really are assumed.
Yep. So we have Ha'ishamar lanu. Now, Jason, in this one, can I put quotation
marks
safely? So the man, and this is weird, I don't know what's coming next. The man said to us, I know that that you are spies, and you have so this is actually emphasizing the occupation. That spies,
or it's not. Or that's just the standard word order.
Or it's just, okay. Well, one of us thinks one way and one of us thinks the other. You should email Homestead and talk to him about it.
Mm.
But either way, right? You come out with the same translation.
Yeah.
So I know that you are spies, me eret Canaan, from the land of Canaan.
Yeah. And notice that Kna'an has a kamatz, which is unexpected.
Pause.
Right. Pause. Puzzle form, the normal form for the word.
Did you put that in, or did Weingreen put that in?
He did. He is using pause as a practice. The normal form of the word is Kna'an with patach patach. It's a singular noun. All right. Number 12. Any questions? By the way, thanks, Muriel, for telling me the explanations are very useful. Hanavi yashav al ha'adama ve'afar al rosho ובקול גדול קרא, מה עשה אדוני לנו? הנביא, the prophet, ישב על האדמה, sat upon the ground. ועפר על ראשו. Okay, this is interesting. Literally, and dust upon his head. And dust upon his head. We would say in English, the prophet sat upon the ground with dust upon his head.
Or you could say, and dust was upon his head.
Yeah, but this happens a lot, even in modern Hebrew, where it says and, but we would say with. But that's okay. So let's be literal. And dust, assume, was upon his head. Okay? He sat on the ground with dust on his head. And b'kol gadol, with a loud voice, he cried. And this is the content. Me asa Adonai lanu. Me is ma. What? Why is it eh? Why me?
Because of the makaf.
Because of the kamatz under ein. Kamatz under ein. It's like echad. In my daily reading, we had the feminine word achat. It was in pause, and the second syllable took a kamatz because of pause. The first syllable switched from to echat. Very nice. Me asa Adonai lanu. What has the Lord done to us? That's a culpatory thing, like they're blaming God. What has the Lord done to us? They're sitting on the ground with dust on their head. It reminds you of what's going on in Babylon during the exile. Right? By the river of Babylon, sat down. There we wept as we remembered Zion.
Okay. I would expect this to be written a little bit differently. But literally, so Zacharta oti Elohim umehechalcha nope, mechalcha,
Yes.
that's right. Shamata et koli. So Zacharta oti Elohim, you remembered me, and again direct address, but you don't mean, I guess I'll do this. And from your temple Shamata, I heard you heard my voice. So yeah. So there's fronting going on in this one too.
Because he's saying where he was praying, right?
Yep, because the temple was
or maybe singing.
Place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Nothing too weird. Remember, oti is et. Et is the direct object marker.
plus the suffix.
Yeah, so you say et oti. There are alternative forms for some of them too, like otam can also be et hem. Et hem, that appears.
Uh-huh.
But I think you learn otam here. Shmuel Hanavi, mashal b'Yisrael, כי לא בחרו להם מלך ככל העמים אשר ישבו בארץ. וכל ימי שמואל הלכו בני ישראל בדרך אדוני. Shmuel Hanavi, that's Samuel the prophet. Oh, just fun. Samuel the prophet governed, למשול, משל governed Israel. It takes the object effect. Like in Greek, it takes the word archomai, takes object in the genitive. That's fun. Governed Israel because this key is explaining why the prophet was governing, right? It's because they had not chosen, we're using the pluperfect here, that he was reigning or he was governing because they hadn't yet chosen, but they would choose eventually. They had not chosen for themselves a king like all the peoples, kechol ha'amim, who, or that, dwelt in the land. Okay, so far so good. And all the days of Samuel, kol yemei Shmuel, alchu b'nei Yisrael. B'nei Yisrael is the subject. All the days of Samuel, the Israelites walked in the way of the Lord. That means they did what he expected of them.
Last part of the sentence is really strange.
I will say that originally, Christianity was not called Christianity. They called it the way, haderech.
Right. But you have maybe it's saying for as long as Samuel was alive, Israel did like they were supposed to. I'm guessing. All
the days of Samuel means as long as he was alive. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think this is a tidbit for all these wonderful viewers. I think that originally Christians were called Notzrei Haderech, keepers of the way. I think that's how they identified themselves. And from Notzrei Haderech, and the movement was called Haderech, the way. From that developed the term Notzrim, keepers. Notzrim. Limsor is to keep, like lishmor. It's a synonym.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah. I've never heard anybody say that, but that's what I haven't. Think. I sit and think about a lot of things, and I come up with all kinds of ideas, and I don't know if they're right or wrong, but I am convinced by them.
Which is why.
But at least it's not conspiracies.
Which is why you need to get your doctorate. So the next one, Hine, look.
Behold.
Yeah, the cities which are in the land of Canaan
are
Tovot are good and great, and they are great, and great are they. Good and great are they.
No.
Gedolotena. Well, it depends on it. We need to come up with a unified explanation. I'll just cater to Jason.
And so let's be very literal. We say, behold, the cities that in the land of Canaan, good and great they, like the cities of Egypt.
Yeah. Yep.
That's very literal, stilted, broken English, but it expresses what's going on.
Yep.
Behold, the cities that are in the land of Canaan are good and are as good and big as the cities of Egypt. There is a comparison going on here.
Yep.
As good and big, whereas as good and great as cities of Egypt. As good as. Ani gavoa kamocha. I am tall like you means I am as tall as you. I've heard someone make the argument, picking up on the way in the wisdom literature in particular and carrying that into the early Christian way. It totally makes sense to me. Especially, remember the what's the didache, the teaching of the apostles says that there are two ways, and it was very, very important in the theology of early Christianity. The idea of the way.
Well, keep the Greek out of the Hebrew class, please.
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Look, the cities which are in the land of Canaan are good and great. Now, this henna is the copula for this whole thing. The cities are good and great. Which cities? The ones that are in Canaan.
Oh, yeah.
The cities that are in Canaan, or in the land of Canaan, are as good and great as the cities of Egypt. It's making a comparison between the two groups of cities. That the structure there is pretty hard.
Yeah.
So we want this gone. Great are they. We don't want them. Yeah. The cities which are in the land of Canaan are as good and great as the cities of Egypt. And we don't need the parentheses here because this is explicit. Henna is this R.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. All right. בדרך אדוני הלכתי, ואת דברו שמרתי כל הימים. כל הימים, all the days, meaning all my life. So, I have walked in the way of the Lord and kept his word all the days. That means all my life. All the days of my life. These are the days of our lives, right? Colton has an idea for your next book, Jonathan.
More like Athens has nothing to do with Jerusalem. That's a good one.
That is good.
Unfortunately, that would be false because there were Jews in Greece. But that is still a good title. So Atem yadatem ki hivdil etchem Elohim mikol ha'amim asher tachat hashamayim. I almost read that as tachat hashemesh, but that's the wrong verse in the book. So Atem yadatem, you, and this is emphatic, y'all know that hivdil etchem Elohim, God separated or distinguished, as Jason says, is fine. Separated you, all separated y'all again. Mikol ha'amim asher tachat hashamayim, from all of the peoples who are under the heavens. Is that
Why
right?
don't you put that word "are" in parentheses?
Who?
It doesn't
Fine.
exist in Hebrew.
Fine. It's just instinctive. Yeah.
The King James would put these words in italic.
Yeah, italics. Even the R, even the to be.
If it's not in Hebrew, it puts it in italics if it's needed for translation.
Yeah.
So when you see in the King James a word in italics, it means that it's not in the original language.
Right.
Number 18. Lo achal Moshe lechem. Achal is the past tense, right? It's he did it. Lo achal Moshe lechem. How would you say I didn't eat? You say lo achalti. I haven't eaten. I'm hungry. Ani ra'ev. I'm hungry. Lo achalti hayom. I haven't eaten today. Lo achal Moshe lechem kol hayamim asher haya al ahar. Ahar, the mountain. Moses did not eat bread all the days that he was on the mountain. He was on the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights, and he did not eat food. Bread
He
means
died.
food. The generic word for food.
Can you even survive without food for 40 days?
Apparently, because Moses did it, and so did Jesus.
You'd be pushing it.
No, if you tried to go a week without drinking, you didn't have any water for a week, I think that would be the end of you.
Yeah.
But, all right. Fantastic, brothers and sisters. Our siblings on the way.
For the record, Google says up to 3 weeks. So that is...
Did you live without food?
Yes. As long as they have water to drink. From medicinenet.com. So you can't... He must have been drinking fruit juice or something.
No, God was keeping him alive with his powers. That's why when he came down from the mountain, his face was glowing. And he had to put a veil over it so he did not scare the people off.
My professor calls it magic too, Jason, just in case you are
No,
wondering.
I said powers. Powers is better because powers reminds you of mutants, and mutants are fun.
That reminds me of superheroes.
Anyway, so that is the extent of our Hebrew to English. We did that in almost exactly an hour, and we talked a lot.
Yes.
If this was difficult, please review the issues that are covered in this section of Weingreen's grammar. It is kind of hard for a beginner because it's quite different from how we treat verbs in English, and especially how we use what do you call it? Possessives.
He's also
like
really fast too. Like this is complicated for just being in lesson 8.
Yeah. I think that if I were younger in Hebrew, this would have presented some probably some serious challenges. I'm very sorry for not having the link up. I've been neglectful. I had COVID. I will not make excuses except to say that I had COVID and I had other things come up, and my work really sucked this week, and I can come up with a few other excuses if you want. But who is on the Patreon now? Let me go ahead and just put a link up real quick. Then we will get started with English to Hebrew.
What time are we supposed to start that? Immediately?
Best. Immediately.
Well, I'm gonna.
Would you like to take a break, Jonathan?
I'm gonna go.
And I'll post.
I'll do the intro, and then I'm gonna go get a drink.
All right. Go get a drink now. Go ahead and take yourself off, and I'll throw up the link and then kill this one. I don't really kill. I don't kill, but you know. I don't believe in murder. Bye, Jonathan. Let me see. Live. We be live. That's this. That's this. Okay. Create link. I'm very sorry I did not put this together. I just put the links together like yesterday. So this is. Yep. Add a title, Weingreen English to Hebrew 8. please click here. Okay. It is going up to Patreon, all paid members, publish. All right. It should appear there for you. And that is the end of this stream. It is a particular pleasure to see you watching us, Mum. You need to learn Hebrew, because Hebrew is an important part of who I am, an important part of who you will be. I don't know what that means, but I love you and I love Hebrew, so you should learn it. And that's it. I'll see you guys, at those who are coming, on the other link. It was a pleasure to be with you. As always, Am Yisrael Chai. May the people of Israel long live, and may we find peace in our day. What we say, Oseh Shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. The one who makes peace in the high heavens, may he make peace upon us and upon all Israel and all the world. Have a good day. Bye, guys.